We haven't talked about this one in a little bit, so let's get into it. What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here for Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to yet another episode of the Good Times Newsline Flashcast. Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's time for a Flashcast, and we're going to be talking about Amico Home. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, there has been a winter holiday update for 2024 sent by the team over at Amico Entertainment. And they said a whole bunch of things. Now, I actually haven't read the entire breadth of the 5 pages here in this PDF, so we're going to go over it together, see what's going on. I'm going to comment as we read and go along the way, and then yeah, that'll be it. I actually had a whole bunch of other things planned for today. This news is it's sizable enough because there isn't a lot of news coming directly from Amico Entertainment, except for maybe once or twice a quarter or something like that. So when those things come out, I'm going to go ahead and cover it. We'll get back to Atari VCS stuff very, very soon. Of course, tomorrow, Good Times with Great Friends. Don't forget, a little housekeeping. We're opening up this bad boy just all the way, tearing it apart. All right, putting new RAM, putting a new SSD in here, and doing a full setup of this bad boy. So keep an eye out for that. It's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be live, too. It's going to be me and Gunsy20, Good Times with Great Friends, tomorrow. That's the 17th of December, around the 3:30, 4 o'clock hour. I got all sorts of stuff here making noises at me. I'm going to get rid of that real quick. All right, so, like I said, Amico news update. Let's check it out. Let's check it out, shall we? All right. So we've got Winter Holiday Update 2024. We got Rigid Force Redux Enhanced. That's pretty cool. Got the Amico Home logo there. Got happy holidays and good cheer to everyone around the world. We have some exciting news to share about Amico Home and a few other updates. Amico Home for iOS. We are delighted to announce that all of our iPhone and iPad users that Amico Home and 5 Amico games are available now in the Apple App Store. This is true. I was actually part, as a little disclaimer, part of the testing team that's been helping out on Amico Home since its inception. So I knew this part of the announcement already because I've been making sure that they work on things like our phones and tablets and all that kind of stuff. I have many, many devices and have access to many, many, many devices. So it was actually pretty cool and a privilege to be able to help these guys out to, show them how, whatever, help them out with all these different things. So anyway, so what do we got? We've got Amico Home, Amico Astro Smash, Amico Cornhole, Amico Missile Command, Rigid Force Redux Enhanced, and Amico Shark Shark. The 2 other games that are currently available on Android Amico Home, which is Dart Frenzy and Sideswipers, will soon follow for iOS. So they're still in testing and approval phase, and they'll get launched pretty soon. So that's that. What else we got? They say, hello. Please send us your feedback about iOS Amico Home at Amico Club. Not a member, sign up for free to get member perks, general support, and access to our Amico community Discord server where we share the latest news and have a good time discussing all things Amico. So yeah, that's just, I think this is the fast becoming the official place to go get news. Now, you guys, if you've been seeing news come out on the Amico Facebook group, you guys can go there too. There's all sorts of different places you can get news about this particular thing. But if you want official stuff, the Discord is probably the way to go. The teams that work on this, the actual teams development guys and all that kind of stuff, indie game devs, all those guys, they're in the Discord. So if you want to know what's going on in Amico land, go to the Discord, because there's just some stuff out there that there's people just get the stories like this and then fill in the blanks. Where some of those answers are already available, so you can just go to the Discord and get them. So I would say if you're looking for real news and you want the deal, go to the Amico Discord, and you can do that. Now, how do you get this email? Well, if you were on the original list, a mailing list, you would have gotten this in an email blast. This went out as an email, so it should be in your inbox. So just check it out and you can get all these links. If not, and you're having trouble finding the links, hit me up down below in the comments, and as long as as long as YouTube doesn't eat them, I'll put some of these links in there. At least the link to the Amico Club website and the sign up thing and all that kind of stuff. I'll put that in there so you guys can go through all the steps, get in there, register, and then get over the Discord so you can get your stuff. So again, for official Amico Entertainment news from Amico Entertainment themselves, Discord is the first time that you're going to hear stuff about anything, and then after that, it'll trickle out to all the other places, like the Facebook group and all that kind of stuff. So, all right. Anyway, Amico Club also hosts a public setup guide for Amico Home with public supported devices list to help you get started playing Amico games on Amico Home with devices you likely already own, which is true. This is a list that constantly gets updated and constantly gets curated as new people come in and out of the testing group, and they have access to like different things, like some smart TVs now have the ability to have these apps directly on the television. So you don't need there's not like a need for your phone and another phone or a tablet and a phone or whatever, that you could have it you might have a smart TV right now that runs Amico Home. So you just hit some buttons and then boom, you got it. Or, for example, the Fire Cube and Fire Stick, you could just put Amico Home on there and then just run the apps on there. If you have like a Google Play TV, most, I should say, or probably some Google TVs, some to be safe, Google TVs will also work on this thing. So you can put Amico Home on your Google TV. And if you have Sony Bravia, for example, that has like the built-in Google stuff, you can use it that way. And then just use your phone as a controller. And that's it. Done. So yeah, or you can use a tablet or another phone or whatever. It's pretty flexible to use. And I've used them in almost every single one of these configurations, at least once, doing the testing. So, and likely way more than once. Anyway, so Amico controller app. The Amico controller app has been available on iOS since the debut of Amico Home for Android, and has also received updates on both platforms. Be sure to update your Amico controller app for full compatibility with all Amico games. This is important, because if you have the old Amico controller app and you don't upgrade, when you go to try to connect to your thing, it might actually not connect and do all those kind of things because it's the older app. You want to make sure that you go through your app list, especially if you haven't used it in a while and it goes into sleep. The app goes into sleep. You got to wake it up and then get the update and then use it with all of the newer stuff. So having the latest version of not only Amico Home but Amico controller app is that's the way to go, because it makes sure that you get full compatibility with all the games, because there are some things that you need that the testing teams needed to tweak between all three of these components, not only the game but the controller app and home. So you have to have everything updated to the utmost. So anyway, let's move on. Rigid Force Redux Enhanced. One of the 5 games available at launch for iOS is Rigid Force Redux Enhanced. It debuts on Amico Home for both iOS and Android and the Amazon App Store. So it's a brand new title that has come out of the testing window, I guess, and is now officially available, which is cool. The exciting space shooter Rigid Force Redux comes to Amico Enhanced with a fun 2-player team option, which is actually kind of cool. It's it's got the little helper guy that you can float around with, and it's cool. It's neat that has a 2-player option. I don't think the 2-player option is any other version of the game of Rigid Force Redux, so that's pretty cool. And playing it was actually pretty fun. I'm terrible at shooters, at side-scrolling shooters in particular. So it's one of those okay games for me, but I'm saying it's a fun game, but I wish I was better at it. Is kind of what I'm saying. My kids like it though, because they were doing all sorts of crazy stuff, because they get to play with the invincible ship thing. So when you're invincible, it's always fun. The new cooperative mode makes it a great time to play with a friend or family member who doesn't like dodging bullets, which is the reason why they say that, because that's the little ship thing is invincible. The second player controls the main ship's companion module and can which can move and fire independently and is impervious to enemy fire and obstacles. I should have just kept reading. It's a great way for 2 people of different skill levels to have fun cooperating in a thrilling, fast-paced space adventure. That's cool. A new boxed edition Signal Rigid Force Redux Enhanced RFRE happens to be one of our box edition games for Amico. In celebration of its debut on Amico Home, we've made that edition as a single, like we did with Missile Command. So you can buy the 4-pack now, the 8-pack bundles, or you can get Rigid Force Redux Enhanced on its own on the Amico shop. So you can like click the little thing and get the box edition, just one of them, sent to your house if you want to do that. And then with that edition, the way it works is that edition, you can crack it open and use the code to redeem the free version of that same game on Android, not Amazon or iOS, but just Android. And then if you still have that, and then when Amico comes out, you can use the same card, and it gives you the version also on Amico. So it's both. So there you go. Bonus for Android users: register your free Amico thing. That's what it says. So you can do that. So I should just keep reading. Oh, that's whatever. Anyway, what's next on Amico Home? New games. We continue working to port more Amico titles to Amico Home. 2 highly anticipated games are coming soon for Android and iOS. The platform jumping Finnegan Fox will bring your family together on a magical adventure, and the card jumping Evil Knievel will have you laughing out loud at hilarious ragdoll physics. So yes, Finnegan Fox says journey into a mythical land on a mission to save the forest. Take up your crossbow and master the seasons with your magic to solve puzzles and defeat enemies. New on Amico Home, up to 3 friends may come in as friendly burns to help Finnegan defeat enemies and collect treasures. So that's like the new multiplayer like feature thing that we can do in the game, which is kind of neat. And it makes it different than Fox and Forest or any of the other iterations, because they don't have those things in the game. But Finnegan Fox is actually really cool. Something I've been able to play. Yes, something else I've been able to test. I can't really say much about what's going on, but I really hope that it comes out soon so I can talk about it more, because I really, really enjoy that game. Evil Knievel is the next one. Relive the thrilling exploits of the world's most famous daredevil, Evil Knievel. Repeat his motorcycle stunts to earn coins. Upgrade your gear to advance to greater challenges and glory. New on Amico Home, up to 4 players can journey together, taking turns riding their motorbike through the gauntlet of obstacles on each level. And don't miss the simultaneous multiplayer rocket jump competition over Snake River Canyon. So there's all of these things are something that I was able to experience not only on original Amico hardware back in like way back when they had the like try a thing in the Crayola event. So I was able to try it there, but also again, I was able to test these games and that kind of thing. Plus, on original Android and iOS, I actually owned this game in its original form. There are many, many differences now between the two. I can't really say too much more about that, but I can say that the game has transformed a little than I've even way more than I even anticipated is what I really meant to say. But and it's not just a little amount. It's actually it's pretty rad, and it's one of my favorite. Like, just sit down and play a game. I wish that the older versions still worked, so that I could just like sit around and play. Like some of them, like anytime there's a big iOS update or whatever, it breaks the game, and the original developer doesn't they don't update them anymore. So it'll be really cool to have a new working version soon on official release, whenever that is, which is cool. So hopefully this will be soon. Amico hardware controller. Over the summer, we made substantial progress on support for our hardware Bluetooth Amico controller on Amico Home for Android. We have now that we have shipped Amico Home on iOS, we will resume work on support for Amico hardware controllers in the new year, which is cool, because actually some of the big thing about this whole Amico experience is using the controller. And from what I remember of the hardware controller was like really cool because it's fun and tactile and awesome, and it has like the cool little screen and all that kind of fun stuff. I would like to have one of those, or many of them actually, so that we can play Amico Home on the controller. And of course, I would like to get the whole thing too, like the whole console. I'm one of those that has not only one but two but many, way too many pre-ordered of the hardware. So I would love to hear about that too. But hey, if we get the games and then we get some hardware controllers that we can play with Amico Home, and then we get the hardware, hey, however long it takes, however long it gets to it, the thing, I'm okay with all of those kind of things. I'm pretty patient. I waited a ridiculously long time for my Polymega. I waited a ridiculously long time for my Atari VCS. If that is the name of the game for these kind of like small batch but kind of bigger named products, I'm in. I just want it to get to the finish line and do its thing. If they need to do all these things in order to get it there, and then we need to do all these things to get it there. So that's my opinion. I know a lot of people are like super frustrated and they want to say a whole bunch of stuff in all of the different places you can say things, and that's fine. Obviously, it's your right to say whatever you want. Wherever you want to say it, that isn't like that explicitly says please don't say the things, because like we're just waiting patiently. We don't want to hear it. So anyway, that other than that, then yeah, I'm glad that they're doing things, and yeah, you hear things in the testing group like, hey, we're working on this stuff and whatever. And again, I wish I could share more, but that's it. So Amico Indie Dev Program, our independent developer program marches forward. We have implemented backend support for communication with our indie developers, developing communication, documentation, tools, and assets. We have some indie games in development that are currently in the closed beta phase of the program. We plan to get to open beta in the new year and are eager to see the creativity of indie developers blossom on Amico. I think that's cool because, hey, more games on a platform that's got this cool, quirky controller thing. I'm all about it. I'm also, obviously, because this is what this channel kind of is. Sometimes I'm all about that little quirky thing that like is just a little bit off the beaten path. I love my Atari VCS. I have an Ouya. I've got this Firebox that I've been, testing the stuff here for Amico. I like the Evercade, and then they're not really wacky and like every once in a while they do some crazy stuff. And then like those guys over at Polymega doing all sorts of crazy stuff. It's a wild time all around. So anyway, it's fun, and more indie developers getting to flex muscle on all of the different platforms. I'm into it. It's all good. So Miko's return. Last Valentine's Day, we offered limited time run merchandise showing Amico's love for the world. We are happy to announce by popular demand, Amico's heart will go on and on starting this holiday season. Okay. The Miko heart design is available on our merchants shop, in mugs and his or her style t-shirts. They make great holiday gifts for family and friends. Hooray! So you can get like a little Miko holding a heart on shirts and stuff. And that's fun. That's pretty cool, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll get one of those things. I don't know. I guess I do have this one. I do have a Miko on a thing. I do have this. That's pretty cool. He's happy. He's like, put a drink on me. It's great. So anyway, there's that. They say we are grateful of your support and support of our mission to bring families and family and friends together with Amico Gaming. Special thanks to our Android users for supporting Amico Home on Google Play Store and Amazon App Store. And finally, a very special thank you to our Amico Discord community for the valuable testing and feedback that has helped us improve Amico Home and Amico games on all platforms. Best wishes to everyone for a wonderful holiday season. Warm regards, Team Amico, and then all the stuff about like the trademark stuff for me, Astro Smash and Missile Command and Retro Rigid Force Redux and Shark and everybody else is owned by everybody else. All right, cool. So there you have it. There is the Amico Home news update. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm one of the things that again, and I'm happy that is a thing, is the fact that the Amico Home project is not just like vaporware and everyone's gone and there's nothing to do and you can't even play any games and all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm so glad that it's like, just here and we can play it and then we could talk about it and it keeps coming out and games keep coming out and you can play them. It's great. I know some people out there, they want to talk about like pricing and stuff about games. Well, I mean, if you have had an Atari VCS, then you know that the price of games that look and feel like this, for the most part, are almost in line with stuff that you find on day one on Atari VCS from just about any independent developer, period. But most importantly, they are almost in exact parity with what you would see out of Atari. So every recharge game, for example, is around the $14.99 mark. So I bought every single one of the recharge games. Some of them are awesome. Some of them are cool. None of them are really not great, but it's like I have played a lot more of some than I have of others. And I'm sure the same is the exact same with Amico Home games. As far as that, if I was the consumer buying them, like I'd buy all of the games there at $15 and then I'd play some more than others. But at $15, I think I like my buddy, one of my buddies at work here. He has a philosophy that the game is, if you spend, I think his ratio is, I think it's $10 for an hour of entertainment. Because it's about, like if you get to $15-20, like it's about like a movie ticket. In my area, it's $15.99 or something like that for a movie ticket, right? So that's 2.5 hours. So if you can get 2.5 hours of content in general from a thing that you pay $15 for, then you've gotten at least that much that's in parity with something you would go and watch a movie for or something. You know what I mean? So for me, I'm like, okay, I can see that. Sometimes I agree with it. Sometimes I don't agree with it. But for $15, have I played more than 2 hours of every single one of these games? Well, I mean, yeah, because I was doing testing and all that stuff. But I also on Android have purchased every single one of the releases on Android, so I can play it on this Firebox that's right next to me. So I can do stuff like show you guys on the show what these games look like. So do I, do I feel any kind of bad about paying $15 for the games? No, I don't know. I mean, it's $15. And because again, it's $15 on Atari VCS for one of the recharge games. It's $15 for Rigid Force Redux Enhanced. Okay, it's $15 for Renegades Vox or EverCanadian. Okay, sure. Did I pay less for a different version of it on the phone like a couple years ago for EverCanadian? Yeah, I did. But does it have as many features? No, the other one doesn't. The new one has more features. So therefore, I'll pay the extra money to do whatever. It's because it's a new release. So, that's where I'm at with that. So anyway, that's it. And it's a little rambly for this Newsline. I apologize for that. Just going through, there was a ton of thing. I encourage you guys, go check your email, reread everything. I probably missed some stuff. I definitely was like fumbling over things. It's all good. It's a Monday. I got people tearing apart my house right now. It's like doing work on it. I got to go check on that. So anyway, that's what I got for you guys. Also, if you guys made it to the end of the video and you want to see Amico Home content on this channel, like me playing the games on Amico Home on this channel, please say in the comments, yes, I want to see Fun for Fives of these games on the channel. We will do it. It's 100%. We will just do it. So let me know, and we will make that happen. And if not, then that's fine. I might do them anyway. But of course, I mean, when there's big news, when they have like the updates or whatever, of course, we're always going to cover it on the Newsline because that's what we do here as well. And that's pretty much it. So with all that being said, it is now time to end this video here on Bacon Ice Cream Productions. And we got to do one thing and one thing only. And you know what that is. That's right. It's thanking every single member of the Good Times Club. So let's do that right now by going into this little screen right over here and hitting this button right over here and then hitting this button right over here and then reading this list of people which continues to grow. So and I'll have to do some editing too. So we'll have to do that right after this. So let's thank the EverCanadian, Crimson Cross, Courage Games, Chris Westerman, Fan and Fiction, Lloyd Argent, Papa Pete, the Intellivision Gamer, Ken LaCure, Mr. Strua, John Willig, Gunsy20, Herb Wars, Immortal Sojourn, DF, Joe Whitlash, and David Valdez. Hey, welcome. Welcome on in to the Good Times Club. You know, what is the Good Times Club? Well, it's our little thing that we got on the channel. You get cool exclusive videos on the side. There'll be more coming out actually in the coming months that are like different topics and stuff. Some of these things that I was just mentioning, like talking about like stuff like Amico Home and playing games and randoming things, and I might throw those up there too, just because for people if they want to see stuff like that. We have the, of course, monthly Good Times Club meeting where we talk about all cool things here happening on the channel. We got all sorts of fun stuff happening. And it also, we thank directly the Good Times Club because they are 100% the contributors for 1080p StreamYard here. Not only here on this channel, but on the Evercade Effect and on the Calling All Retro Gamers channel. And of course, the Evercast, which is the podcast that we do every Saturday over on the Evercade Effect. So all of those things benefit from the kindness and awesomeness of the Good Times Club. So we thank you guys so much for the support. And it really does mean a whole lot to us. So if you are not a member, that's fine. Leave a like, leave a dislike, leave a comment, leave all the things. And of course, until next time, we will catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich, and we will see you later. Take it easy, guys.
RTSC.baconicecream.com